Okay, today we're doing a video on the Egyptian Goddess Hathor. So here we see the Temple of Hathor in Dendera, Egypt. Hathor is said to be the goddess of the sky. She is sometimes depicted as a cow, or with the horns of a bull and the sun disk in between the horns. In Hinduism, there is a goddess called Kamadhenu, which is also known as a cow, or mother of all cows, and is said to have emerged out of the churning of the cosmic ocean. Both Kamadhenu and Hathor are said to provide milk or nourish all of creation. Now let's talk about what all this means. Here we see a common depiction of Hathor. She has a very distinct hairdo, which is the same in many of images of Hathor. We also see the necklace of Hathor, which is also seen with her. We see her ears, the ears of a cow, and the shape of her face is said to be the shape of a uterus. On her head we see an ancient instrument. It's called a sistrum. It's also known as a rattle. Inside the sistrum we see a cobra snake. So let's talk about all of these aspects of Hathor. First off, let's look at what Hathor symbolizes. She symbolizes energy. Energy at the smallest scale of existence, the Planck scale. Hathor represents the energy within the unified field, the akasha, the ether, the firmament. She is all of these things. Hathor is the churning ocean, the energy at the Planck scale, which is a part of all things and connects all things. This energy feeds all of existence and all matter. This is why Hathor is seen as a cow. She gives nurturing and life-giving energy to all things. Like cow's milk can sustain an individual, this explains why she has the ears of a cow. Here is the inside of the temple of Hathor in Dendera. The columns of the temple of Dendera have the head of Hathor on them, along with the sistrum. These columns seem to represent what physicists call superstrings. Superstrings are said to spring out of the quantum foam and create matter. Like small lightning bolts, they jump out of this lake of fire and feed energy into every particle in existence. On the top of the ceiling, we see depictions of existence. Here we see the zodiac. Like the superstrings, these temple columns support all of existence. Here we see Hathor as a cow, with bull horns and the sun disk or solar disk. This disk represents the origin or initial point of existence, or quite possibly the origin of the Big Bang. Here again we see the necklace of Hathor. The bottom half of the necklace is a magnet. In the pharaoh's hands is a coil of wires. These wires look like they are connected to pulleys which would pull the wire across the magnet and induct an electrical current. Above the hands of the pharaoh look like wire leads coming off a primary and secondary winding of coil. This shows the understanding and use of electromagnetics and technology in the ancient times. Here we see Hathor with two loops coming out of both sides of her head. These resemble two coil taps running out of the wire coil. These two coil taps look like they are connected to two electric arcs. In between those two electric arcs are what look like particles or magnetrons. They could also be electrons. As we move out, we can see this device looks like a transmitter or receiver. This is a clear example of how well the ancients understood physics and electronics, and even wireless communications. Causing a spark or an electrical discharge between two electric arcs causes an electromagnetic wave. These waves travel through space and are detectable by a receiver. These wireless signals were discovered in our time by Hendrik Hertz and Oliver Lodge, and was later turned into wireless communications, or radio, by Marconi. As we are now finding out, there is much more to Hathor than we knew before. Did the ancients have technology? Did they understand electromagnetics and even particle physics? Thanks for watching. Click the like button and subscribe if you'd like.